Alright guys, right in back of me we got this Honda Accord over here, and this valve right here is the problem. It's leaking. So if your heat doesn't work, a lot of times what will happen is this valve, it does have an arrow, so you do need to follow the arrow. Okay, you only can put it one way anyways, but this is gonna go in one direction. So when you put the heat on, this opens and closes. Okay, there's a blue little line that comes over here. A lot of times this will get corroded, it will get weak, it will start to leak right around over here. A lot of times this little guy right here, this will spin, but the valve internally won't open and closes. Okay, that's gonna cause that hot antifreeze is gonna go inside your system, so you're not gonna have a heat. Okay, so make sure you check this valve. It's only like $32, but anyways, I'm gonna show you how to do it on this car. This is a V6. So all the Hondas and Acuras 2003 and up to 2007, Acuras, Hondas, MDX, Pilots, they all got this. Okay, this is a heater core check valve, coolant valve. There's another name for this, but I'm gonna show you the part number and how to replace it. Okay, so right back there, as you can see, the coolant is leaking on this valve. The coolant is leaking right there. It's dripping on the mount itself. So this little valve is it disintegrates the hard plastic. Over time, it just cracks up, gets weak, and over time it just gives up. Okay, so it's leaking. A lot of times the little arm, you see this blue arm here, so when you turn the knob inside to temperature, hot, low, when you have it on heat, as this will open up. Okay, will open the check valve so the coolant can travel inside. So that's the function of that. So very simple. All we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this open right here. I know it's hard to see, but it's just a spot. It's a very tight spot. Okay, make sure before you remove any coolant pipes, make sure you take out, so I took off this little arm rod right here, so let's just put this to the side so this doesn't bother us, and let's leave it up here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on top of that coolant pipe, and it can simply just sit there. Okay, anyways, we're gonna take off the clamp off the pipe going in, and it does have a arrow to it, so make sure you follow the arrow. But before anything, make sure your car is not hot. Okay, we're gonna drain out as much as we can the coolant, but if you try to open that, like a lot of people think, let me take off the clamp, it's gonna break and you're gonna have a big mess there. Okay, so make sure you drain out the antifreeze from the drain down here. Okay, so the drain is all the way down there. You're not gonna see it from up here, and we're gonna let the antifreeze come out. Okay, so to take out this little guy, all you need to do is remove the two clamps on each hose, one and one, and then there's a number 10 bolt right there. Take that bolt out, the whole valve and everything just comes right out. Okay, I am changing the mount on this car, so you guys can check out my video how to change this mount, which was making a terrible noise, and there you go. And I have my jack there that's hosting the engine up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go underneath this car. Even though I got mine is lifted, you don't need to have it lifted. So right down here you have the drainer. You could do it by hand, but if you can't do it by hand, a little bit of help from your needle nose will do. So turn it counterclockwise. Make sure the fluid bucket is right underneath here, and there you go. So we're gonna give it good 20 minutes, let it drain out, and let me open it up a little bit. Notice it's gonna come down slow, but if I open my radiator cap, let me bring the car down first. So once I open up my radiator cap, the flow is gonna get better. There you go. All right, so let's give it good 20 minutes, okay? And this whole thing will be drained out. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take off the clamp on the hose on this side, and then I'm gonna take off the number 10 down there, and the whole thing will come up over here, okay? Right over here. Then I can take down the second clamp. So only work hard on the clamp on this side, okay? Which is this one right here. Okay, right there, that clamp. Alright, small little trick. So what I did was I took off this power steering line. There's a bolt right here on the clamp on this little bracket here. This bracket sits right there. So I took off that number 10 millimeter right there and I pushed this little line to the side there. Then it gave me very little good access. All I did was I go down here and I took off that clamp. Alright, and let me just put my camera down there. It gives you more space right here. So that's what I took off. Okay, and that's the valve right there. I'm gonna take off the pipe. A little bit of antifreeze is gonna fall out. That's fine, no problem, no worries. And then I'm gonna remove the number 10, which is located like right down there, if the camera can see it. Okay. And then the other line of the clamp, I'm gonna pull out the line that way and take it out from there. Okay, just like I said, once you take one side out, this side will come out. So it has 2 screws. It comes with new screws. Remove this screw, put it the same way. Make sure this is sitting right here so it can reach from here to there. And now I can take off this clamp. So there's my new valve. I put the 2 screws in and it's all ready to go in. I'll put this clamp in and we're done. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in there, and then this is what I use. I use a long extension with a swivel and a deep 10 socket. You could use a short one. Number 10 is still sitting there, so I reached it from all the way over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is there is a small little thing on the, like a little stud on the fire housing on the firewall. It goes right through here. Okay, so that is gonna bother you a little bit. That's what keeps it nice and perfectly straight. So from right here, I am gonna push this back in slowly. It goes under this hose. Okay, the other radiator hose for the coolant, I'm sorry, for the heater core hose. This big metal piece goes under it. That's the only hard part there, to get it to go under it. Okay, but once you're over here, you could just swing this line around it, and there you go, it's in its spot. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the other pipe in, and then I'm gonna lock it up. And then I did take off these little clamps right here. But job well done, guys. Make sure you put the antifreeze in. I'm gonna end the video there. Make sure you put the heat on. Let the car run for like 20 minutes, and both of your fans should come on. And put everything back together, even the power steering line when you're done. Okay, so we're all done. Make sure both of the clamps are on. Make sure the blue line is on. Make sure the blue line is all the way to the end of it. That's the only place it's gonna clamp onto. Okay, and make sure your drain plug is closed. Top of the antifreeze, check for leaks. If you have a compressed air, blow air down there. It'll throw all the debris, dirt, coolant that's sitting around on the mount, go away. You might see a little bit of smoke. So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna start up the car, put the heat on, and make sure it's on good, nice and hot, and you should feel heat in there. And give it good 20 minutes of run. Pay attention to the fans. They should kick on, because once the thermostat opens up, it's gonna cycle, and the fans will shut off. Then it's gonna heat up again, thermostat's gonna open up, and everything's gonna cycle, fan's gonna come on. Give it 2 cycles, and you're good. You should have nice and good heat in there. So the part number, I know you guys want the part number. So here's what I've been using, 4 season, and that's the part number, okay? There's a tag down below. If you need the numbers off that serial number right there you go. It comes in a small box, $32 a piece, no more than that, probably less. But anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.